Wrestling fans, thanks for clicking today's Dreaded D-Rose report. Hey, Triple H and Stephanie, they granted a Make-A-Wish when they met a 14-year-old Troy and his family at Monday's Raw in Hartford, Connecticut. WWE Community website has the photo up, and they do some great stuff, man. I don't say what you want. Anyway, as noted this morning, WWE is releasing a new John Cena DVD and Blu-ray in October to coincide with the release of WWE 2K15 video game, which Cena's on the cover of. Well, anyway, Wrestling DVD News adds that the DVD will also feature some behind-the-scenes footage of Cena's involvement with the video game, which we've always been interested in that. And if we knew that they were going to coincide the game and the Money in the Bank and the new DVD coming out, I would have bet all my money on him winning the titles. Oh no. Well, they did. WWE's website's got bad news for bad news. Barrett underwent surgery today to repair a torn shoulder suffered when he was thrown against the fan barrier by Jack Swagger on June 27 SmackDown, which he was actually thrown into it twice, just about the same way, but anyway, surgery was performed by Jeff Duga of Birmingham, Alabama, and Dr. Chris Annan says bad news, Barrett underwent a ligament reconstruction in his shoulder, as well as a distal clavicle resection. I'm not sure what that is, where the end of the collarbone is shaved off. Operation went very well. He's resting comfortably. Apparently, he's on a boatload of drugs, I guess. And Barrett is expected to be out of actions for several months, so there's another guy out of business. Forklift driver. Alright, Chris Jericho, he confirmed on Twitter that he's going to be going to Japan with WWE later this month. Also noted Jericho is also being booked for the Australian tour in August. So he'll be around for a while so he can lose to different people. Can't put a belt on him, he'll be gone. Mark Henry, he's been off of TV, oh, I don't know, for quite a while now. But he's going to be returning July 12th at the Madison Square Garden show. Rusev and Women's Champion Charlotte also will be making their debuts at MSG that night. Now, Mark Henry and Rusev, boy, that'd be two bulls in a china shop, wouldn't it? That you wouldn't want to be anywhere around. Or waiting in line at a buffet. Shawn Michaels did a Q&A on Twitter last night. He was promoting a new season of McMillan River Adventures on the Outdoor Channel. Shawn noted that he has no interest in doing a podcast and will have a few WWE-related surprises on this season's show. When asked if he would appear at the Legends House, he replied, "I don't think I got the time." And The Miz versus Jericho has been announced for Monday's Raw from Montreal. Alright, TNA used former WWE star Snitsky and Ezekiel Jackson at the New York City tapings last weekend as a member of Team Dixie, but were apparently fired by Dixie before the Friday night tapings, which they didn't work. Word is now that the two indeed done with TNA. They were only booked for 2 of the 3 New York tapings with the idea that Dixie's using real ECW guys would get heat with the crowd in New York City, and also showcase how far gone the Dixie character has gotten. So she's getting a little bit more risque and uppity. But when Ezekiel and Snitsky's were booked for the tapings, they were not brought in with the idea that they would be signed to a contract. So they kind of knew ahead. Also noted last weekend that Dixie was originally reportedly injured by, the powerbomb old Bully Ray did at TNA's Friday night show in New York City tapings. I don't know if you've seen that or not, but she got a good delivery of her powerbomb. But turns out that Dixie was indeed injured, suffered 2 small broken bones in her back, and was described as a minor surgery. It's also confirmed that the table bump was designed to be the end of Dixie as a TV character for TNA. They could take Dixie out of TNA, they can leave her in there, and it doesn't matter what TNA does, they can only do like 1.0 in the ratings. They don't lose people. They don't gain people. You know, unless, I mean, people complain about Dixie. Oh, she's trying to imitate. She's trying to do this. And she just bugs me and everything. But people, that just doesn't make any difference in the ratings. So she can stay. She can go. Apparently, it just doesn't matter. But maybe she wants to take some time off. It's also worth noting that WWE's website's not advertising Bret Hart for Monday's Raw from Montreal, but and he's not announced on TV this week. The Bell's Center is the only place advertising Hart for Monday's show. Don't know why. Unless this is going to be a... Well, anyway, Bret was previously rumored for the SmackDown tapings the next night in Ottawa, and the Canadian Tire Center has now confirmed he will be there. So don't expect him on Raw. I don't know why they're doing it that way. Bump the SmackDown rating, maybe. Former WWE superstar JTG retweeted Emma's mugshot last night and wrote the following: "I would ask her to join Crime Time, but we don't get caught." Now they're kind of... she's got to do a little, you know, deal on the internet and stuff, and she complies with everything, Emma. But the shoplifting thing I told you about yesterday, they'll take that whole thing off the record. So bet me WWE is going to make light of that somehow. They will. If it was something awful, you know, robbery or something, it'd be something different. Hey, The Rock noted on Twitter yesterday that he wrapped up filming, shooting for Fast and Furious 7. How he does two movies at the same time, and I don't know. Anyway, he says it's a wrap. My last day of Fast and Furious, I'm truly touched by the farewell love of my film crew has shown me. It's been an honor to work with such a credible, you know, working, brilliant crew. Crew has had no practice, a great restraint daily on this production, but they may not get the recognition of actors and directors, but they'll always be stars in my book with great love and respect. See you down the Yellow Brick Road, another place, another time, no doubt. Thank you all for your hard work, The Rock. Dark segment after last night's SmackDown taping in Newark saw Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose fight off Randy Orton, Seth Rollins. Reigns speared Orton and Rollins to end the show, set everybody home happy, and the other two getting drug out of the ring. Also noted, Daniel Bryan appeared at last night's WWE TV tapings in a dark segment and was wearing his ring gear. Not rain gear, but ring gear. Bryan was in his gear because he was filming an anti-smoking PSA video that reported a few weeks ago. Anyway, the commercial shows a fan who is addicted to smoking that misses Bryan. Thank him because he was outside of the area smoking, I guess. I don't know. We'll find out what that's about. After the shooting at the PSA thing, Bryan cut the same promo that he did at Money in the Bank about coming back better, you know, than ever before, and possibly needing his second surgery. Hey, WWE Hall of Famer Bret Hart, 57 years old today. Charles Robinson, WWE referee, 50 years old. Former WWE Amy Weber, the Diva, 44, and tag team champion Scotty 2 Hottie, which is kind of lukewarm at 44. Thanks for clicking, you guys. I gotta go.